to get some of the ideas that you have up here, and a couple rules for our brainstorming as we do this is that this is, you are all entering a dream zone, and in this dream zone, we are not at this point criticizing any ideas or figuring out what the flaws are in ideas or figuring out where the problems might be. Like, this is pure 110% dreamtastic. So you don't have to worry about, so that means that if you have an idea, you don't have to worry about what are people going to think about. They might say that this is silly or that's stupid or that. You don't have to worry about any of that right now, because all the ideas that we're going to say here, you're going to suggest them. A few people might ask a few questions, but there's no criticisms that'll go. So that goes for all of us to remember that too. If someone says something and you think, that sounds kind of silly, well, just keep that comment to yourself. And because we want to make this a safe space where we can exchange ideas. And that it's okay if you hear someone's idea and then you're like, wow, well, what if and you think of like an idea that's connected or going off in another direction from it, then feel free to jump on that idea and say, well, what if da da da? And so this is a time to sort of let ideas pop up, flow, go, and then my three friends here, Alexa, Genevieve, Kathleen, you guys can write them down, and we'll just go in that order. So Alexa, the first idea, you're going to summarize. You're going to summarize somehow on there. And then Genevieve, the second idea, you're going to summarize somehow. Kathleen, you're going to summarize somehow.
Another thing you might want to do, sorry, Joel, is if you hear something that makes you think of something else, but they're in the middle of their talking, write it down so you can remember to say it later, or build it up in your writing or whatever.
And just for the three of you to know, you don't have to get all the details down. You just have to come with some creative way to write it in that tiny little space. So, you're getting the main concept of it. And then all of us, it's our responsibility to, if there's some details or something else, to write those down. But the point right now is sort of big idea and the dream. Has everyone sort of got the gist of that? So we can just throw things out, and the scope of what we're thinking about, the city of Canton, based on what we've learned, what do we want to aspire to? And that means that we could look at some of the challenges of Canton and obstacles that there are to overcome, like difficulties in Canton. It means we could look at some of the good, awesome things in Canton and say, oh, we really want to pump that up, or we want to use that as a leaping off point. So it doesn't have to just be like, well, here's a problem that I want to solve. It could be that. It could also be like, here's something that's going really good, and I think we could help it go even better in this way. So it can go in any number of directions. We've sort of had all this time to reflect. So this is where you just get to speak up and share your idea, and everybody gets to participate. So anybody can speak up, and Alexa is going to summarize it. So who wants to start us off?
Okay. My idea is called CPIT-US, which is Change Poverty in the U.S. You give money, after you raise money, you give it to Goodwill. So, Goodwill's all over the U.S., and so homeless people can go buy clothes for free with that money, and they each would get $50 out of that money.
Okay. Alexa is writing down some notes from that. And then if someone else has something they want to ask about it or jump off of it, then great. And then if someone else has a new idea, then Genevieve is going to jot it down, and we'll go from there. And if you have an idea or whatever, if you could stand up just so everyone can see you and hear you and everything, that'd be great. So, who's next?
Should we be in a circle?
You said something about 15.
Oh yeah. Why don't we? It doesn't have to be like a circle, but we can all face each other. That's good call. Alexa, you can put them up on the window here. Just go up and stick it on the
Okay,
window.
door again.
Door.
sort of. So, have
You could do something with like art or, drawing or making something new. If you like had people come in and like donate money and then give it to like, I don't know, Refuge of Hope or Lighthouse or something to help people like that using art.
So tell me more about what you're thinking with the art, like an
Just
option.
like, kind of like you can come in and be creative and you get to make stuff and we'll like use your things to make this big thing. Like there was this one activity thing that it was like a Lego thing. So you get like a Lego base plate, you make something, they put it in like a big outline of the United States. So you like help make this thing. It was really cool, so I got the idea for that.
the version of the fresh moves vehicle here where we drive around and they have like the fresh produce that people may drive around to the different neighborhoods. So the people who might have a disadvantage of not being close to a grocery store and not having a vehicle and not having a gas station close to them, they can still get their fresh food and stay healthy.
Where did you say that it's based off or something?
There's one in like Chicago, I think.
So would it be like a bookmobile where they go set up in a neighborhood, or would it be like you order it and then it comes?
It would be like this huge like metro bus, and on the inside it had like crates of watermelon, oranges, and vegetables and stuff. And it'll stop at destinations had like mapped out, and then people can just come in during certain hours and pay to get the food that they need.
People could like request it and they might not request it.
And then you could, like, if you don't have to like get a job there, like if you needed some money, you could go there for a day and pedal the bike for it, and then get paid at the end of the day.
I wonder if you could build like a workout complex, but that
Oh,
takes
that's.
shipping channels all over the energy so it's like a workout complex that's also energy creation.
Stored like solar energy.
They do
Yeah.
in Oregon. They're called Indians, of course they do. They do it in Oregon, so you go in there, you have a membership, and every time you're running on the treadmill, it's going into the grid.
So I think this is like two different ideas. Clay's idea is it's sort of like job creation slash
Energy production.
slash exercise or whatever. And then workout slash energy creation.
Basically what Alexa said about retail stores.
What was it? I'm sorry, I didn't know
What Alexa said about retail stores.
retail stores? And what else do you have figured out about it?
That would just help create a community atmosphere. They can use the old buildings that like no use that are just taking up space. And it'll attract more people, even if they'll get a ton of money. So they'll get a ton of money back
Okay.
because of all the retailers. Because if you think about it, Belgium Village Mall, it's 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes away for some people. Here, for most people, it's like 5 minutes. Like I could bike here if I really wanted to.
So you're talking about building rather than tearing down an old building that's under disrepair, instead of like rehabbing it.
If it's still functional, you can use it for other purposes. Because if you saw like walking the Refuge of Hope, there's buildings that have no purpose. They're just sitting there doing nothing. Obviously, they can't do anything.
Lazy building. Yeah.
Sitting there serving no purpose. So you either tear it down because it's just taking up space. It looks crappy because there's so many weeds and all that other crud. Or you can make it serve a purpose and have shops or et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. Cool.
Smaller studio. I know a group, I actually play with them, my violin, and they play around downtown Camden Plain Township, just playing on violins. And we've actually done one out here on First Friday, so I'm pretty sure I can convince them to come out and play the music we're playing and have like a little festival outside. And there's a
had like this Battle of the Bands thing here where local people just created their own band, and then there was like this huge competition for different genres of music.
Okay.
We could use all of our towns and just like, sell our towns,
You
basically.
could have like a huge citywide talent show.
Sort of like America's Got Talent.
Can't.
There's cannot.
So, and then what Kathleen was saying too, and what Alexa was saying about the space downtown, that there's like places that people could even, if they don't, wonder if we could have like